to my third class, and I initially heard about the program through my friend Sandra. And I keep coming back because it's just a great support community where nobody wants anything from you but your best. And that sounds so cliche because it's the Be Your Best program, but it's never changed my life.
Practices and motivation. I'm looking to get real with myself, to stop using excuses, and to like myself.
I'll tell you what, I love the best program. It's given me that self-esteem.
Mostly, I would say accountability, a little bit of accountability, and just reinforcement what they teach. It's like it's stuff that I know or I should know, and just keeps it front and center focused so that I apply it to my life rather than push it aside.
I've been going to the best class since the original kickoff in January, and so I already know what I'm in for. I know what it's going to bring me. It just kind of keeps me motivated and keeps me focused on my goals and just kind of make sure I stay on track. So that's what I'm here to get.
I want to learn more about the program. I want to use it in my everyday life.
Well, I'm motivated to come here tonight because I'm in the middle of changing my life and I need support.
More motivation. I've met some great people here, some great supporters, and everybody's here to help each other. Support from the other members of the class and learning more.
I want the true transformation. Mind, body, spirit, soul.
Thanks for trusting us with a couple hours of your evening. We hope you make it worth it. My name is Derek Morris. And I am part of the best team, the Be Your Best team, along with many others who have made this event possible. We first want to thank A.T. Still University. They have provided us phenomenal, what do you call this, facilities tonight. Wonderful room, wonderful help just along the entire process, and a great deal to help us as a nonprofit. Make sure we clean up just as clean as we found it, but let's give them a hand. They're awesome. Start with a quick little note. You know what? I'm here tonight because of certain people. I'm here tonight. I have to start because of my wife. She's here tonight because of our babysitter. That's the only reason that this is possible, because she's made it possible for me. She supported me as I've tried to help support you guys. I'll tell you something else. I'm here tonight because of you. I'm guessing that there's a couple people here tonight who are thinking of people that mean a lot to them, that have kept them going in times of difficulty. I'm guessing there's also people here tonight who are here because of Chris and Heidi Powell. That's great. We hope you'll enjoy the evening as a season premiere with the Powells. That's so amazing. And I'm guessing also that they are here because of you. There's a lot of support going on here. This whole support concept has something to do with the BEST program. The BEST program is an acronym we use. The B standing for body, E for emotional health, S for support, and T for transformation. As we've worked with individuals over the years, my brother especially, Richard Morris, we've discovered that there's more to living well than just diet and exercise. Just diet. I just got to change my diet. Then I just have to exercise. That's it. That'll solve everything. But you know what? There's more than just the body. It's the best. It's being your best. So with that, many of you are new. You may not know about this BEST program. We're going to show you a quick 2-minute video, after which someone who's very special to me and my great support, Richard Morris, will come up and tell us a little bit more about the evening. So sit back and enjoy.
A lot of things demand our time and energy in life. Some scream louder than others and give the impression that they are more important. As a result, time and energy people give to wellness becomes a little lopsided, if not running on empty. How can we find the balance needed to decide between this and that in order to achieve our best? To find that balance, the BEST program has 4 focuses: the body, our emotional health, the support we receive and give, and lasting transformation. To help you stay on track, we developed the plaque program. This includes levels of achievement for those who want to become their best. It's not about a quick fix, band-aid approach. but rather a lifestyle change, a true transformation. When beginning with the B letter, we will work with you to determine a challenging SMART goal that's tailored to you. Remember, SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. By emailing us or discussing with us at the classes, we can give you feedback to help you find that sweet spot for your goals. There are 3 things to do along with each goal: learn, serve, and reflect. To learn, you pick out 3 books from the Body Books list to read and then write a review on each. To serve, you'll plan and perform 10 hours of meaningful service. To reflect, you'll keep a journal. This means 12 weeks with at least 1 entry per week. If you miss a week, just add a week to the end and get back on track. Being able to reflect on your struggles and successes not only helps you forge ahead, but it will also give others strength knowing that they're not alone. That's it. A SMART goal and the 3 steps for the B plaque. After completing the B plaque, you'll do the same for every other plaque, the E, the S, and then the T. As you move on to each plaque, you'll create smaller maintenance goals for the letters you've already achieved. That means that by the time you receive your transformation plaque, you will have kept your B, E, and S plaque maintenance goals for quite some time. And being your best for quite some time means a better chance at making it a habit. Remember, whether by email or in person, we're here to discuss your goals, struggles, ideas, and progress all along the way. Let's find that wellness balance. Let's achieve our goals. Let's get started on being our best.
It's just so incredible to be standing here in front of each of you. It's a little overwhelming, but it's all good, right? We got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. We've all heard that before. So we have some surprises for you tonight. We're excited about these surprises. We have some special guests for you tonight. We're excited about these special guests. Do any of you guys know these people up on the screen here? Clap if you know them. Okay, they're on their way. They're coming. And they'll be here with us shortly. The best program is near and dear to my heart. And I know it is for Chris and Heidi, for my brother here, for Jen, for a lot of us in here. Next class, next Tuesday in this same room at 6:30, we have a class entitled Transformation. Or we've now entitled it Lasting Transformation, as you can see here in our mission statement. And we're going to be joined by a special guest that night. Some of you may have heard of him. The name is Drew Manning. Raise your hand if you know what Drew Manning is. Okay. Pretty awesome story. We'll get to that in the end. But talk about someone who was searching for a way to empathize with his clients. He is a personal trainer. Couldn't really figure out why his clients couldn't lose weight. So he decided to gain some weight. 75 pounds in 6 months. And then he went on to lose that and look even better than he looked before. Over the next 6 months, he was on a lot of the Tonight shows and all the different CNN and CBS and blah, blah, blah. And he'll be joining us next week. Isn't that cool, you guys? So raise your hand if you're going to be here next Tuesday. Really? Okay. Maybe by the end of class, we'll get more hands up. So moving on. We have a special guest here. This is one of the surprises. There's 2 more after this. This gentleman I met, can we put his picture up on the screen? It's a pretty big dude, huh? All 410 pounds of him. So some of you guys know this guy. He may look big and sad, but he was everything but that. He was passionate and happy, even in that physical body of his. His name's Bruce Pitcher. He's from Utah. He just recently made a big move in his life and transferred down here to Arizona to hang out with us all. So he officially lives in Arizona, and he's officially the head of the support class in the Be Your Best Foundation. Bruce has had a huge honor and blessing of participating with Chris and Heidi in their show. He just finished season 4, which just wrapped up literally last week, of extreme weight loss. And he's gone on to see some pretty amazing results. And in his final weigh-in, he got down to 181 pounds. And you're going to see it. And he had his skin removed. So he did that actually in 9 months. So he had his skin removed. And so now he's going to be standing before you tonight with skin removal surgery. Still in his recovery from that. Looking and feeling awesome though. But there's one thing that Bruce needs in life, and that he instills in everybody else. Who here, who knows Bruce, knows what that one thing is? Support. Jill said it, because he knew. Passion. Okay, Bruce needs passion. And he can't live without it, and the people who are around him can't help but have it when they're around him. So we need to bring him in with some passion. You guys know what I'm saying? Okay.
Whoa. But thank you for all coming tonight. It's an honor to be here. I'm so privileged to be here and be able to share with you guys this crazy, just my life, my story, and everything. First of all, I just want to say thank you, and it really is an honor to be here tonight and to share with you guys my story and just how I live my life and the ups and downs that I've had, and it's been crazy. And I hope tonight you guys can just take one thing tonight out of what I say and take it with you and use it. Well, there we go. Sweet. We ready? Okay. All right. Well, I like to move around when I'm talking, so this is kind of making me a little uneasy right now. Sorry for this. Yeah. Yep. Good. All right. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah. Yep. I'm okay with it. All right. Well, okay. So thank you again. Tonight, what I like, I kind of heard Richard say that I'm all about passion, and that's what you're going to get tonight out of me. This is not going to be your perfect presentation, your perfect anything. I'm just going to be who I am. I mean, if you expect a perfect and just great motivational speech, then you came to the wrong place. I'll just give you who I am, and just to let you know what I live by and why it's gotten me to where I am today. I don't know, are we ready for that first slide? Perfect. Okay. A thing I live by here is developing the champion within. Reach your full potential in life. And we can go on the next one. Perfect. All right, this is me when I was younger right here in this blue shirt over here. And these are 3 of my closest friends. And one of my closest friends that I grew up with came from Utah, and he's actually here tonight. So I'm really excited that he's here. But my whole life growing up, I always loved life. I was so passionate about things. I was passionate. Back when I was a kid, I was passionate about Michael Jackson. I mean, with that age, I dressed up like Michael Jackson. I thought I was Michael Jackson. I would do the moonwalk and stuff like that. I did crazy things. And I was so passionate also about my sports teams. I loved them. I eat, drink, and sleep, whatever the Raiders do. So I haven't been getting very much sleep because they've been struggling. So, and everything, and I was always just like, I just loved it. And I wasn't the brightest tool in the shed, that's for sure. But what you got is just, I was gonna love it. And what happened though in life, I look as it was an opportunity what happened to me in life. Like, I'm so blessed that it happened. And I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be the person I am today if it didn't happen to me in life. And what happened to me is about my age 8, my dad sexually abused me until I was at age 14. And it was really hard, to deal with and hold it in my life for those years that it went on. And I went to school every day. I just was still the same person, still loved it. But I know now, looking at it right now, if that didn't happen to me, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I wouldn't get the strength that I have in life, so the outlook that I have now in life. And later on, when at 14, it came out that my dad was sexually abusing a lot of other kids as well. And it wasn't just me. And I didn't say anything to the police. And one day I was in high school, and the police just came and took me out of school. And I was nervous, and took me to some random safe house and just drilled me over and over. But I loved my dad. And he always taught me not to say anything, and just like always this and be this and that. So I just said, no, my dad's perfect. He doesn't do anything. And then I came back to school, and I called my mom, and I said, Mom, the police just came and took me away. And they said, and then my mom just said, your dad just got taken off to jail. And I was like, what? So I said, you need to come pick me up right now. So she came, and she picked me up from school and so forth, and it just got crazy. All of a sudden, it hit the media storm like I've never seen before. It was the #1 story, actually, when they come out with stories in the beginning of the year, like at the end of 2000, whatever, and they say the top 10 stories of the year. It was the #1 story of the year. And it was, the news was always there, and at school I was scrutinized. People like my buddy Richie back here was a support that I had. Those guys let things happen to me at school, and people brought the newspaper article, but people like my friends and the support I had there had my back, and they would not let me fall. And the only way I knew how to pay them back is just be the best friend and the most passionate person that I could be. And so it went on though as high school, and I just shrugged it off, and I didn't care. And I was starting like huge clubs. I started the biggest fan club in Utah history of high school basketball. We were called the 6-Man Club, and goddamn, we were the loudest fans you've ever seen. and we were passionate, and we were just, it still lives on to this day, and the cheers have lived on, and it's great to see. But as years went on, it just kept piling on me. I'd go up and see my dad every day, 3 times a week actually in prison, and then I just was like, what do I do here? I still have all this emotion inside of me, and I haven't said anything. And he would always just keep talking to me, and it would always be about him when we'd go see him. How do we get him out of here? Da-da-da-da, and so forth. So then I was going to serve a mission for my church, and I went ahead and I went to go do that, but I had so much on my mind still, I couldn't complete that. And I came home early, and it started a whole nother scrutinization of, you know what, you're a failure, da-da-da-da-da. I heard so many different things. And I didn't know where to turn. So I turned to my dad. And believe it or not, I turned to him because I thought he would be the one. And I went up and visited him one day in prison. And I went in there and I told him how I was feeling and what was going on. And he told me, he said, Bruce, I'm not going to be able to get out of prison now because we're not going to receive the blessings of you not being out there. And this is your fault that I'm in here. And I don't try to say that to hate anything or whatever, but the reason I say that is just I didn't know what to do, so I hit rock bottom. And I went home and I drank a whole 5th of Jack Daniels. I hadn't drank, and I was just like, screw it. I was done with life. And I hit the bottom point, and I tried to kill myself. And lucky enough for me, the rope broke. And I called a friend and I said, I need help. And I got checked into a psych ward and so forth, and I was there for 2 weeks, and it was crazy. And then when I came out, I didn't know where to go. My mom was upset with me because I didn't serve my mission and so forth too. But she didn't know what was going on, and I came out with everything that happened with my dad. And I was living house to house and couch to couch and so forth. But then when that all came out and I got that off my chest, it felt so much better of people realizing of what kind of happened. I mean, not everybody really knew, but they had thoughts and so forth. But you know what though? It didn't stop me from being who I am. And I put on some LBs. I pounded some pizza buffets and so forth. You know, that's how I hit a bunch of things. But I live by this this model that's coming up for you guys. And a thing that I like to say is, you don't inherit your attitude, you choose your attitude. And don't mind me, when I get emotional, it's because I'm passionate. So if you see tears coming, they're tears of joy, because I'm just freaking excited. And when I get to share this message with people, it means the world to me. Because to me, when I heard about this kind of stuff, it changes everything about what your attitude is and what you're going to decide to do in life. You can play the victim card. You can play the poor me card. Or you can actually say, you know what? I've grown from this. I'm blessed that I got this. Because if I didn't go through what I went through, and I keep saying again, this whole situation, I would have never been on a TV show, got the opportunity to be there. But how I got there was strict passion. And let me tell you how that happened. So I went up to a casting call. I got picked and I made it to finals. And I was like, yeah, you know, of course we're excited. I had already dropped some weight already. I dropped about 40 pounds before because I was on a mission. And the CEO of the company was coming to talk to us. And everybody was so scared. They were like, oh no, this guy. And I was one of them. I was like, dude, if this guy comes in and calls me out, because they were saying this guy's brutally honest, he's going to call you out. And I was like, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to say something to him. I'm going to stand right in his, I'm going to tell him, look, you know. And so he came into the room and it was dead silent. And everybody's just listening. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of J.D. Roth. He used to do like a show way back in the day, but he's the guy. And he kept looking at me, and I'm like, gosh, why is this guy staring at me? Don't make me drop an elbow. You know, I was acting tough in my head. But, so I was like, why does he keep looking at me? And finally he just said, and I'm so grateful, he just said, Bruce. And I was like, oh no. All of a sudden my toughness was gone. And I was like, yes, you know, and he was like, do you know why you're here today? And I said, no, I don't have a clue why I'm here today. And he goes, well, I own this company card because not one person here believed in you and wanted you here. And I just started crying that because I never had a belief in me from somebody that didn't know me, just kind of briefly watched a video about me and got me there and gave me an opportunity of a lifetime. And I remember we went out to a workout, and I pointed at him and I said, you just made the best investment of your life. And he said, he said, I know I did. And it was, and he goes, and then we talked later that day, and he said, there's just something about you and the passion that you bring. You can't teach passion. And that is the true statement. You can't. But everybody in here is passionate about something. And you just got to find it. Whatever it is, and be passionate about it and run with it. Because each and every one of you have something that you get excited about. You believe it or not, whether it's defending Mountain Dew over Sprite or something, but you know what I mean? You have something that you will get passionate and excited about. You do. And so, like, I get passionate about little things, like, for instance, Richard calls me to go to Six Flags, and I was like, yeah! You know, I was just, like, excited about everything. And it's just, that's how I've lived my life. And, in fact, it's funny because I was able to speak at graduation, and our class was 428 people, and I ranked 375. So I was in the lower half, but I didn't care. I was able to speak at graduation. And I brought the passion. And the speech that everybody was remembering was mine, not the valedictorians that got the 4.0s and everything else. And I'm sure they're living a great life in a lab somewhere. But I'm living life out here. So, but yeah. And then, All right, so I'm going to get into my thing, my 5 steps to success. If some of you guys have heard my story before, you know the first one. I hope it never gets old. But the first one is ignite the day. And this is my favorite thing to do every morning. Okay? And I know some of you guys, when your alarm clock goes off and it's like 6 in the morning, you're like, dude, I don't want to wake up. You know what I mean? I mean, how many people have done that? Or like, how many people just hit that snooze? No way. I'm not waking up. I was up all night. I don't want to do this. And then you get up and you drag on into the bathroom or whatever. But my motto is it's a proper beginning. So like, and you find a positive way to start your day. So my alarm goes off, I jump out of the covers as fast as I can. I'm just like, whoa, here we go. And then I just start thinking, I strut my stuff on my way to the bathroom. And I'm like, here we go. And then I look in the mirror, and I give one of these. I look up there, and I go, who's the man? And I start squatting and give, who's the man? And I just start doing one of these, flexing, and start telling myself, I'm going to conquer today. What can I do for somebody today to make this a better day? And it just ignites my day, and it makes it so much better. And I promise you guys, if you go home and you try that out for 5 days, your days are going to get better. I promise. Because as a football coach, I challenge our players to come do it. And there's nothing better than when they come out to practice at 6 a.m. Coach, I did my naked squats today, and I'm ready to roll! You know? And I'm like, yeah! We're going to have a great practice. You know? I'm so excited right now. And then act as if, you know? Act as if you drive a Beamer. You know, who cares? You know, like, who cares if you drive up with a car where the spring's poking out and it's poking you and you got 4 different colors on your car? Who cares? You know what I mean? Because when you pull up and you pull up with that attitude of I'm driving a Beamer right now, you know, and when you step out with that smile and that excitement of life, what are people going to think about? They're going to think, dang, that guy is awesome. I want to be around that guy. They're not going to think about what you're driving or whatever, because you're acting as if I'm the man. You know what I mean? You're acting as if, what can I do for you today? And bringing a smile, and you're going to enlighten somebody's day that's having a rough day. I promise. And then one thing is, I challenge, we do the same thing for our football teams. I'm a football coach, but smile, say 3 positive comments before 10 a.m. We challenge our kids. We challenge our athletes to say, you know what? You guys think you're the cream of the crop because you're the football team, and you walk around the high school and blah, 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 blah. You know how it goes, you know? And we challenge them to say 3 positive comments to random kids throughout the school. Whether it's just, hey, how you doing? Or just, hey, what's your name? You know, and shake their hand. Because you don't know what that person has experienced that day. You don't know if they're in that dark place and they're thinking about suicide and whatever, and they're thinking of doing something that they're not supposed to do. And one of the most rewarding things is we've had people come up to us as coaches and said, hey, so-and-so just came up to me one day and said hello. And that changed everything. It changed my life. It changed the way I looked at everything. Because here's a guy that was the star player of the team, and here I am, just average Joe that, you know, doesn't get the attention that he deserves, that he still should. And the star player paid attention to him. And it made an impact in his day. And so, like, we had to do these, like, crazy 2-hour shredders every day that I dread, but I'm still doing them even though the show's over. Gosh, I thought I was done with them. But, you know, it's a lifestyle. But a goal of mine is when I go out on a run or whatever and pass through is just to say hello and smile at people. Just to let them know that, hey, this is a good day today. You're out exercising. I'm not exercising. I hope you're having a good, solid day, you know? And you don't know what it's going to do. You don't even. Sometimes people don't even say hi back. They're so mad at the world right now, they don't even say hi back. So you're like, oh, rough day. So you keep moving. But you feel good about it because you don't realize what you're going to do for somebody. And that's what is so important. That's what support is all about. And that's and just loving people. I mean, there's nothing better in the world than just loving people and allowing yourself to be loved. That's my biggest thing is with my friends, and I just have to share this. I had over 100 people drive out to LA for my finale, and they just dropped a dime and everything. And that just showed to me that day, when I walked out on that stage, you know, for the last time, that I finally was able to pay them back for everything that they did for me in my life because of the support, the love that they gave me. And I allowed myself to be loved. And that's what you got to allow yourself. You got to allow yourself to be loved so you can love others. You know, you can't just put up a stone wall. There's no reason for that. You need to open yourself up. You need to let people in your life. As hard as it is and as bad as it is, let people in. Because there are good people out there that want to help. This support group in here, this can be that group. You guys can unite. You guys can be together. I'm here. Richard said I'm part of the support program, and yes, I am. I'm here to take on every battle that embarks on in life. Because that's why I was put on this earth. That's what God gave me. That's what I feel He gave me. He gave me passion. He gave me ways to impact people. He didn't give me book smarts. He didn't give me school. He didn't give me to be a great athlete. What He gave me is a gift of the life that I went through so I could experience that. So now I can pay it forward and help out as many people as I can. That's what He's blessed me with. And I appreciate that. We'll go to the next one. Toughness. Can somebody tell me what do they think when they hear toughness? What is tough? Can somebody tell me? Anybody out here? John Wayne, the Duke. I love him. Role model of mine. Anybody out here? What's your guys' definition of toughness? It's kind of up there. But, yes, thank you. Thank you. That is a toughness. I'm glad you brought that up because you know who I use as a toughness person is my mom. Is because my mom's went through hell and back to deal with what she dealt with. To have her husband do what he did and she didn't know. And the weight that she has felt for so many years and the guilt that she has felt for so many years because of what has happened to me and happened to so many kids, she's been like, why didn't I stop it? Why wasn't I there? But you know what? She never gave up. She worked 3 jobs. She made sure that me and my brother had a good life in high school. And she still does. She's 61 years old and she still works 3 jobs. And she still works her butt off. And tries to... And now, lucky enough, me and my brother, we can support ourselves. And now we're able to start paying it forward to give back to her. But that is a tough person. A tough person isn't a person that looks fit and is in shape and everything else. That's not a tough person. Everybody in here is a tough person. Everybody in here has been through some stuff that they have made it, and they are a tough person. So you can look at yourself in the mirror starting tonight and go, I'm a tough person. I've overcome adversity, and I have made it this far. You didn't give up. That's what every single one of you has to remember when things get rough. Is, you know what? As bad as it, I mean, we've all been there, where you lose your job in one day, your car breaks down, a bill collector's calling you, and your gas just got turned off, and you got $10 in your bank account. What are you going to do? You have the right to be upset and be sad, because I do that. I am not at a high all the time. Trust me, I'm not. Chris and Heidi will be the first to tell you. This year has been a roller coaster ride. I've had highs of highs, and I've had lows of lows, where I have told Heidi, I am done with this show, I am leaving. And packing my bags. I mean, it's happened many times, and I've had great release therapy, coaching with Jen. She's building me up and got me through it, you know. So use her. She's great support. So, but I'm just saying, like, it's okay, too, with your attitude to have those rough days. But how long do you stay in those rough days? That's the biggest question. How long are you going to let play the victim card or the poor me card? How long are you going to let that affect you of what you want to do? And that's what you got to decide. It's okay to have it a day. It's okay to have it 2 days. You know, bad things happen. You can't be at a high. You have to give yourself a time where you got to just be like, you know what? I'm just not feeling it today. Things are a little rough. That's okay. I mean, embrace those moments, because that makes you stronger for the next moment. That makes you stronger for when life does get great. You know something else is coming. You know something bad is going to eventually happen. I'm at a high right now. I just got done with my finale. I'm loving life, you know, and woo, I'm on top of the world. But I know in a couple weeks probably I'm going to be making a phone call to Richard or somebody. My friend Richie, he's my friend Richie. He can tell you stories, but he can also tell you some great stories. But of where I've just hit rock bottom, thank you. Support again by Jen, just coming through for me. But those are important things, and that's what toughness is. Thank you. I'm glad you brought that up because it is so true. And physical, of course, you know, we eventually want to get there. We want to eventually take care of our bodies. Sleep. Sleep is so important. And I've been telling this to people left and right. The most important thing you need to buy when you live in your house is what? I believe it's a freaking mattress. You know what I mean? I have learned that. That is an investment. I need a mattress over a double cheeseburger in a million years right now. Because if you're going to change your life completely and change your life physically, it is so important to make sure that you get that sleep and that nutrition that you need. So invest in a bed. If you got to spend $2,000 on a bed, save up and spend it, it's well worth it. Because you spend half your time and half your life there. It's okay. And so forth. All right. Let's go to the next one. Practice respect. Focus on people. Okay? Something I could do better. If I apologize. If you guys are ever talking to me after this and I look like I'm Candy Crushing it on my phone, trust me, I am listening to every word that comes out of your mouth. I pay attention all the time, but it's true though. I need to do a better job of focusing on people because you need to let them know that you are loving them and you are listening to them, that they know they always have somebody to talk to, and that could be you. And it swallows your pride too, because when you listen to somebody else's problems and you listen to somebody else's trials that they're going through, what does it help you do? It helps you forget yours and how you can help somebody else out. And then it will come back to you full circle. You don't know when it's going to come back. You don't know when life's going to get better. Heck, it 29 years till mine got better. But it got better eventually because I just kept coming. I just kept fighting. And I was lucky enough that it happened at 29 years. You know, I was fortunate. But heck, I don't care if it didn't come. I would have kept on going. I was still the happy, passionate football coach that was working at a gas station, loving life, pounding Mountain Dews. I was still loving it. And be likable. And, you know, let people like you. Don't be arrogant and that person that just is not that fun to be around. And when you guys have a bad attitude, or your attitude, what does it show? It shows that people don't want to, like, if you see somebody walk in that's not excited on life, or just doesn't have a smile on life, what is it like? Ugh, that guy's a little downer, you know? But it's okay every now and then. But if you just give a smile, don't bring others down when you're having a rough day. That's my biggest thing. It's like when I'm having a rough day, and somebody's like, "Is you okay?" I said, "You know what? I'm just having a rough day, but thanks for asking," you know, and let them know. Don't let it spread to affect other people because you don't know the impact that you're having. Because I learned real quickly, and I'm not trying to say this to toot my horn or anything, but I learned real quickly that of our season, we actually really do work a lot with each other. And this group of people, they helped me see something inside of me that I never knew I really had. And they called me the heart and soul and the leader of this season. And one day I was down. I was having a rough day. And without even saying anything to anybody, it affected the entire group. There was nobody that was fired up. And I remember Heidi came up to me and she said, "Do you see what you're doing right now?" And it was a good wake-up call. And I was like, "No, I'm not doing anything. I'm working hard. I'm doing what I'm supposed to." And she said, "Look at everybody's mood right now." And I was like, "I don't care." Because I was in that place, you know. I was like, "I don't care. What's wrong? I don't care about them right now because I'm angry." And she said, "Bruce, your life and your spirit, when it's down, it affects this entire group." And to me, that was a humbling experience because it taught me that I need to be, because of what I went through, because of what God gave me, I can't afford to be, I got to be that person. That's what I'm here on this earth to do, to inspire. And it made me just go, you know what? I'm not going to let my rough days tear down other people's days. And when I'm having a rough day, I will let them know, but I will tell them, I'll be back. Don't worry. I'll come out of it. And that's what I did all the time. I said, let me have a sec, let me go have a good solid cry. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be back. And the support that all those guys gave to me was incredible. The people on this show, and when you guys get a chance to see their episodes, there's something unique about this season 4. And if you talk to people that have been involved with it, they will tell you they've never seen anything like it. And so I'm so excited for you guys to all watch their episodes. Do not miss them. They are so special in my heart, and they are my family, and they are my best friends. And I could not be here today without them. So do remember that when you guys are watching those episodes. And sorry to just kind of go off on a tangent, but I told you this was not perfect. And then remember people's names. I have a great story with that. Some of you guys have heard it, but it never gets old. When we were in casting week, and we didn't think we'd ever see Chris Powell or Heidi, and all of a sudden we got surprised and Chris walked in. Just an emotional moment for so many people. And he walked up to every single one of us, and he knew our names inside and out. Without a piece of paper, without anything. Looked us right in the face and knew every single one of our names and knew all about us. And some of us are getting cut and going home. You know, like, not everyone's going to make it, but he took the time. This guy, they don't have time to just look at somebody's and memorize it. They really don't. But they go the extra mile. They're two of the most extraordinary people on this earth. When I say that, that is no lie. There is not very many people on this earth like those two. They are very, very special. And you guys are going to have the opportunity to deal with them in this best class. So soak in every moment you have and really be genuine and accept when they do show up and they give you guys their time. Just know that they really do give it to you out of love and truly want to help every single one of you here. Chris has a thing that he wants to help 1 million people out tattooed on his side. I got the fortunate honor for him to let me get that tattoo, and I have it as well now. And so everything that comes out of my mouth is what I've learned from them. And it's like a tree branch right now, and that's how I tell Chris, you can cross off your 1 million because you've helped out so many people. And they go on and they talk about what you guys have taught them and changed, true transformation of changing. My transformation, I would crush workouts. That was not my problem. I could any workout that there was, I was ready for it. It didn't matter. And the food thing, I was ready for the food thing. I was like, okay, fine. I got to cut out soda. I got to do this. Fine. But you know what? True transformation is the mental side of it that I had to overcome so many of those demons. And each and one of you in here, that's what it is. It's not that, food, you know, like I eat way too much. Yeah, you're a food addict. You are, because that's what you've turned to because you haven't fixed up here. And you haven't fixed the total transformation of what it's all about. And you need support. And that's what this is all about tonight, support. And I'm so excited to work with every single one of you, by the way. So, walk slowly through a crowd. It's just self-explanatory. I would speed up. Look for the good in people. And smile at people. We've gone over all those, basically. Go ahead. Having pride in your environment, you know. Another transformation thing. You guys should go home tonight. If you really want to change and you really want to transform, you should go home tonight and change something in your house. Whether it's move a couch from this wall to this wall. Something that's going to change you to make things a little more difficult in your life to make you start going, you know what, I'm going to change. Whether it's change the TV. Whether it's put a treadmill in front of the TV and just walk for 5 minutes while you're watching it. Or just rearrange your entire room. Because your room that you're in or wherever you stay right now, it affects you in some way. Believe it or not, it does. So go home and change it up. So you can start to just change and start to transform and really start to accept that, you know what, I'm changing. And it's amazing what it'll do. I'm challenging you guys. Go home and change something and make it that your environment. And then your car, you know, just change things. Have pride in what you have. You know, like our players and our football team, we tell them, respect your locker room. That's your guys' locker room. Respect your jerseys. Don't just throw them on the floor because it installs discipline. It installs them to take the time to just make things a little bit nicer and respect it and enjoy your environment, because there's probably so many people that, I do the same thing. Way back, especially when I was 400 pounds, I probably had at least 5 Del Tacos in there and some Wendy's and some Mountain Dew cans, because I did not respect who I was and what my car and little things like that. Change that, because that's going to change the way you start acting. That's just going to be little movements, and it's going to affect you mentally to move forward. Okay, and then go ahead. We'll go on the next one. Knowledge is power. Okay, feed the mind daily. We have our plaques, and that's why you got to read. And I struggle with reading. The reason I don't have my plaques yet is because I have not read. And we are trying to figure that out. I got to read, and I got to do that report. Everything else, I'm on board, I've done, but I can't earn my plaques yet because I have not earned the right to earn them yet, because I have not finished my book. And you know what? I'm reading a page a day, but it's going to take me a while. But you know what? That's what I'm going to give right now. And I'll get better at it and better at it. Because you know what? I'm not smart. If any of you guys, when we start emailing and you guys email me questions and my emails come back to you, you guys are going to bear with me. Just bear with me on the spelling and so forth. Okay? You'll figure it out. So it'll give you guys great knowledge for when you guys have kids. Some of you guys do when you're trying to read 3-year-olds. Okay, what is he trying to say here? It'll help you out. So, and then watch and listen. I pay attention and soak in every ounce of information that I can get. Believe it or not, I just memorize so many things. I'll just sit there. I'll not look like I'm listening, but I will be able to repeat exactly what you're telling me. And I learned that from a coach. That's how I learned this. This isn't something that I just came up with one day, by the way. This is something that other people have taught me, and it's impacted me, so I hope it impacts you. But listening to people, it's so important. People love to be listened to, because how many people love to just be listened to and just yeah, and then be able to share those moments with them? How many of us love that? We all love that. I mean, come on, guys, raise your hands. Let's get some passion in here. Can we not put our hand up high? I mean, come on. I ask you guys to lift. Come on. Come on. Hopefully you guys are fired up. I am. And then be a lifelong learner. Never think that you've arrived. Never believe, for instance, that, what, I should be I've lost all this weight. I've learned everything I need to know. Thanks, Chris and Heidi. Thank you, everybody. Now I know what I'm doing. No. You know what you're going to do if you do that? I'm going to go back to my old ways, and I'm going to put on all the weight. You need to keep learning. Never think you've arrived, because you haven't. Nobody has. And the moment you do, you need to look yourself in the mirror and go, you know what? I have not arrived. I need to check my ego at the door, because that's when things start to struggle. And that's when you just hit, bam, rock bottom. Somebody will humble you real quick when you're going out. I mean, trust me, I've had it happen. So, next one. Respond rather than react. Lead by example, believe in the now. Respond after success and after failure. This year, just to go on the respond after success and failure, is I've had moments where I've failed, where this year it wasn't just hit every goal and just be successful. There's times where I got on the scale one week and I had my first gain after going 4 months without having one gain. And I had at least 5 pounds for 4 months straight of losing weight. I lost 5 pounds. And at least. And the moment I got home, I thought, once again, back to, be a lifelong learner. I thought, I got this all figured out. I'm going to hit 50% by 6 months. I'm going to shatter every record that's ever been put on this show. And boom, I stepped on the scale that first week at home, and I had a 2-pound gain. And I was depressed, and I was pissed. And, no, people better stay out of my way. Because I was just like, you know what? This is bullcrap. This isn't working. Chris and Heidi, you don't know what you're talking about. I just gained weight. You guys told me da-da-da-da-da. But you know what? That made me stronger for the next time. And it's respond after that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to come back strong. And I came back the next week and I lost 9 pounds. And I was like, whoo, I'm back. But you guys are going to hit those lows. Earning your plaques, there's going to be days where you hit those lows. There's going to be days where you're not going to make it and it's going to come up short, but you know what? You're going to respond. And you're going to get back up and you're going to fight. Because that's what we are. That's what all of us are. We're fighters in life. Things aren't always going to be hunky-dory. They're just not. But we're going to continue to fight. And that's what's so awesome about living life. Because when you fight and you give everything you have, what's going to happen? Somebody's going to come in and support you and swoop you up and make sure you cross that finish line. That's exactly what has happened to me. That's exactly what has happened to me since the finale. I have people like Richard, Chris, and Heidi who they know I've got basically nothing right now because I've just sacrificed the whole year. But you know what? They've swooped in because they know I'm going to give everything I have, and I've given everything I have, and they're helping me out like crazy in just all aspects of life. And it's awesome because I know that with their support and now being a part of this group, that this move out to Arizona, I took a leap of faith. And when I came out here just a few days ago, Richard will tell you, I was depressed. I'm going to tell you right now, I was crying. And I was like, I'm lost. And I just made the worst decision of my life. I want to go back home. Because after a whole year of what we just went through, and in one day, it's done. The cameras are gone. The weight is lost. And in one day, it is gone. It is and nobody warned me about that. The other cast members from past seasons did not warn me about that. Thank you very much. You know? But, so because I know some of you guys are out there sitting there, and I know it's crossed some of you guys' heads. You're like, well, of course he lost the weight. He was on a TV show. If I was on the TV show, I would have crushed it and lost the weight. Right? How many people did that go through your head? Feel free to admit it. Raise your hand. Exactly. You did. You did. I know you did. Okay? Because I was there at one point in my life. But now after going through it, you don't need the TV show. What you guys have here is exactly what the TV show is, minus the cameras. The people, and I'm not knocking anybody on our show, but the people that are there for the cameras are going to gain the weight back. They are. People that really want to transform and pay it forward and fix what's up here are going to keep the weight off. And that's what you guys have here. Trust me, those cameras and those producers, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. They will brutalize you when you got to turn in weights every week and you got to be on this diet and this strict this, and they hammer you and the heat that's coming on you. It is overwhelming. Trust me. But this is a loving environment where people are just willing to help you and support you. And we can do it. You know, we're working on things, and I don't mean to say this. I'm probably not supposed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. We are working on things to make it so you guys have success at the end. When you hit your goal like we do at the end, heck, we might send you on a cruise and give that environment for you guys. You know? That's great. Because you watch Extreme Weight Loss. How many people watch Extreme Weight Loss? Thank you. Great. Yeah. But, and how many of you are like, oh, I wish I could lose the weight if I was going to Tahiti? You know what I mean? You know, you think that. You think that. But, guys, we're not in it for that. Trust me. Those were great things. I just went to a little place called Oakland, California, so it wasn't that great. I didn't get any ecstatic, great vacation, okay? I went to Oakland where it was like, lock your doors, don't look at anybody the wrong way because you might get shot. So, you know, like, it's not all about that. But what it's all about was just the experience. And you guys are about to embark on an experience. You guys are going to earn your best plaques, the same kind of thing, because you just see the meetings that we have to talk about what we want to do. We do want to send you guys on a cruise when you hit that T plaque and you earn all 4. That is in the works. I'm telling you right now, that is in the works. We are going to get that done. We are going to make this. And you guys are going to face the demons that you always wanted. Maybe some of you out there have a child that you want to meet, or a dad that you want to confront, or something like that. We want to help you guys get to those goals and get to those moments to make you feel good. Because that's what mine was all about. I was able to confront my dad. And when they finally told me, when they first started, they said, Bruce, you're going to confront your dad. I said, no. No way. I have no reason to do that. And it was just about 3 months ago, actually. And lo and behold, this is how crazy this year has been. My dad's parole hearing was on this year. The sentencing of this is the one that's either he's going to stay in prison or he's going to get out. And I was not going to go at the beginning of the year. I wanted nothing to do with it. In fact, it set me back so much on my fight or flight. If you guys have ever watched the fight or flight, Chris acted like he was my dad. And it completely crushed me for about 3 weeks. I couldn't function. I couldn't even do what I needed to do. It sent me back. I had to go to therapy and so forth. And I was like, there's no way that I can do this. And as the year went along, I started to get strength. And I started to see what my purpose was on this earth more and more as I lost this weight and I truly transformed up here. And the support that I had. And the people that were behind me. And the parole hearing came up and I said, you know what, I'll go. I'll go. And it was the craziest day of my life. Walking into that prison, hearing those prison cells, doors open and close, and it's just an eerie feeling. It's not a good feeling there. There's not positive vibes. There's not people that are passionate on life in there. It's not fun. But I couldn't have done it without the support that I had that day. My long life friends united and we packed the room. And they all showed up. Chris and Heidi showed up. Richard showed up. Paid his own money, he showed up. Support. And as the hearing went on, it went on for about an hour and a half. And they told me I wasn't going to be able to talk, and I was okay with that. And I was like, okay. And I was shaking the whole time. I was shaking because they were going off. They went into detail of what happened. They went into detail of some of my friends that I thought were my friends that I had no idea it happened to them, what happened. It went back to where before I was even born, it went as far as that. So my dad seriously had a problem, and it was just so hard to hear. And then out of nowhere, the judge just goes, Bruce, you have something to say. I'm giving you full, as long as you want to do anything, as long as you want to talk, you have the floor and you can come up here and say whatever you want. And I looked over at a couple people and I said, no way. It just scared me like crazy. And Chris just said, you don't have to, but for whatever reason, that day with that support that I had, I stood up. And I walked up to the podium. And I just briefly said, I said, you know what? It just came from the heart because I didn't know. And I've seen this on my episode. It is in my episode. And I just said, you know what, Dad? I loved you. I loved you with all my heart, and I still do. And I tried to be the best son that I could be to you. I tried to be as good as that other player or that player and so forth. But then I said, you know what? I paused for a second, and I looked at him, and he couldn't look at me. He could only face forward. So we didn't get eye contact at all. And I felt something. I felt a love that I have been searching for from my dad for years. And I felt it for a little bit. And I paused and I said, you know what, Dad? I'm sorry, but you need to stay in prison for your sake and for everybody else's sake. And then I just said, and I just want everybody to know that's ever been sexually abused or anything has happened to them, that they can stand up to those people and they can look at them in the face and say, you know what, that's not going to be who I am. And I'm not going to let that defeat me, and I forgive you. And you can move on. And I just said, thank you. And went back to my seat. And it was probably the most powerful experience that I ever had in my life. And I couldn't have done it that day without the support of my family and my friends and so forth. And then 2 weeks later, I get a call. And I was told because of what happened and so forth, my dad got life in prison. The parole is never happening. He's never going to have another parole, and he's in there for the rest of his life. And that hit hard to me in this experience. That really did, because I was like, did I just put him in prison for life? But the more I looked at it, the more I thought about it, it's like, you know what? That was the right thing that needed to happen for him, for his sake. Because now he can truly transform in there. He's in there for life. He's going to die in there. And he can really decide if he really is going to change or not. And it's just between him and God now. And I feel comfort with that because what I did was done, and now that's behind me, and I don't worry about it anymore. And now it's just about is paying it forward and sharing my story and having the opportunity to let people know that things are okay, as bad as they get. I mean, there's some people that have some great, phenomenal stories that are on this season that you're just going to be blown away, and they just overcome it. And each and every one of you in here has stories that's 10 times worse, but everybody's is different, but it's the same magnitude. It's as hard for that person as it is for that person. It might not be as hard what so-and-so's going through to you. That might not be hard. But what you're going through is the hardest thing in your life. Because everybody's trial is hard for them. And you can overcome them. And you would not have got those trials if you couldn't have overcome them. That's the bottom line. Because you're going to make it. You're going to make it, I promise. And so I'm so happy. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed my talk today. It's been a great honor to be here. And I'm looking forward to working with every single one of you. It's going to be a blast. I love having fun, and we're going to have fun. I mean, I have some great things planned. I want to try to do a hike a week. Saturday we'll go work out, and then I'm trying to set up to where all of you guys will have an opportunity to do CrossFit, which I love. Don't get scared by it, because trust me, we had people that were over 400 pounds just knocking it out, and we're going to set away a gym just for us, where we go just for our time. So we're going to be our own community and our own CrossFit group. So you guys won't have to be worried about, oh, look what everybody. That's another thing, guys. Don't be afraid to go to the gym because you're overweight or whatever, and you're thinking, they are looking at me. Swallow your pride. Swallow it. How many people don't go to the gym because I'm not going to go because people are going to be staring at me? How many people have played that through your head? You got to throw that out the window. You got to throw it, because you know what you're doing? You know what you're doing when you walk into that gym that day? You're inspiring somebody. That's what you're doing. Because you're in there making an effort to change. Who cares what those guys think? That's just you playing games in your head and you thinking of another excuse of why you shouldn't go. That's all it is. But you're making, and when you leave that gym, you're going to feel so rewarded. And then when you go back the next day, and back the next day, you're soon going to just be like, it's amazing what you guys will start to feel. I promise. And just embrace it and make sacrifices. You're going to have to make sacrifices to earn these plaques. You're going to have to make sacrifices to get your life back and lose this weight and really transform. If you're not ready to make the sacrifices, that's okay. Figure out when your time is. But don't sign up for this, and don't say you're all in until you're all in and you're ready to make a sacrifice. Because that's what you're about to make. Because you know what? People on our season, they couldn't make the sacrifices. There was people that quit. There was people that gave up. Because it's tough, but it's okay. They're not ready. So just remember that when you guys are doing this and you sign up for this. So thank you again. And I can't wait to do the CrossFit thing. I really am. We're going to be a great community. We'll be a great community. And I want everybody in here to give it a shot. Please give it a shot. Because I promise you, it will change your life. Because it will. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk today.
Call the break?
Huh?
You want to call the break or shut off?
Yeah, go ahead. You can do it.
I think the press is
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I guess now we have a little bit of a break, and then I think we have a couple more surprises for you guys. So you'll be good. But I know some of you guys know that Chris and Heidi are here tonight, and they're going to come out here in just a second. But I just want to take the time to, every opportunity that I have to introduce these people and talk about these two, I want to do it. And I said it in my speech earlier, but these two people are extraordinary people, and I've never seen anybody like them on this earth. The way that they give themselves to so many people and will open their doors and open themselves to you to help you in any way you can is remarkable. There's not enough people on this earth like them. They're the kind of people that set a precedent for why this earth, like when you wake up during the day after you meet them, it makes you go, you know what? There are great people on this earth, because they are so busy. They do so many things, and you'd think they're just these celebrity trainers, but they're not. They could care less about that. And I just am so honored for you guys to see them tonight and meet them Richard, and here they are right here, my two favorite people.
Put this in my back pocket.
Either way. Oh, I'm going to give you a big old kiss now. You want to kiss Phil? How you doing?
I didn't even see you.
Thank you.
What was that?
Yeah, we're good.
Well, these are different mics, but we can speak loud enough. I think we're good.
Thank you, Bruce.
It's okay.
Isn't he phenomenal?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were believers the very first day that we met him, you know. And I know we've said it before, especially for those of you who've actually, you know, been to a few of these best classes before. But man, you know, you meet this guy once, and you realize there's something really special about him. And I mean, now we're so glad that each and every one of you had a chance to experience his passion. I'm sure you heard all about that passion there, right?
Oh, thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
No, I second everything Chris said. Bruce, I don't know what he said about us. I'm assuming it was nice. I don't know. Sorry. We were in the back. We were being herded in here. But whatever he said about us, I truly believe he has impacted our lives more than we have impacted his. And I mean that, Bruce. And I know I say it every time I talk about you. You are one of a kind. He is somebody, I mean, I believe everyone here is blessed to have him in their lives now in some form, and I'm so grateful that he's a part of everything that we're doing. We told him at the beginning of the year, we're like, sorry, Bruce, you're stuck to us. You're never going to get rid of us. And he thought I was kidding. He's actually like living in our house.
He's our roommate now. Yeah, he's actually living in. No, he really is. He's living in our house right now.
But anyway, like Chris said, I am so happy you guys got a chance to hear him today. And it will be the first time for some of you, maybe the second, because I know he was here before, of many more to come. So if you want more Bruce-spiration, come more often. And thank you guys so much for being here. I've only talked about Bruce, but your guys' support is what keeps this alive and gives us the opportunity to help people free of charge. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Richard, is that my key? We need to hurry.
Well, absolutely. So, this is a perfect transition because, like Bruce, he so eloquently kicked this whole thing off. So, Bruce, thank you so much. And now let's talk about you, and let's talk about why we're all here. Because this whole thing is about people helping people. That's how this whole movement got started, and that's how it's going to continue. And you know, when it's done right, it's going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And I mean, if you look to your left and look to your right, you can see a community of amazing, growth-minded people here that are ready to change their lives for the better. So that's our dream, and that's our goal for the whole Best Foundation, and for this whole opportunity here. It's about making our lives better and living happier and healthier lives. So along those lines, I'm going to hand this off to Richard really quick, and so you can take it from here because we've got a few other things planned, just very, very briefly, and then we're going to get right into the premiere of the show. And I know Heidi and I, we want to just chat with you very quickly about that before we watch the show. So we're going to, actually, I think we're going to be airing the show now. So this is going to be the premiere.
Hold up. Hold on.
Oh, well,
I said before we did, we had two surprises.
Oh.
So, this guy that I knew, let me plug this in. I gotta hold my hands. Okay, now, it's all right, so there's this, this guy that I knew before I made the show, and I was just out coaching football and so forth. And I met him through the gas station, just being me and just joking around with him and so forth. And come to find out, he's a billionaire. And so one day he was like, he just called me over and said, "Hey, do you like to bet?" And I was like, "Wow, this guy wants me to be his bookie." And then, but no, he goes, "No, seriously, I want to make you a bet." And I said, "Okay, what?" And he goes, "Well, if you can get down to 250 pounds in a year," and this is when I was 400 and something, he said, "I'll pay you $5,000. And I was like, "Whoa, all right, I'm up for this challenge." And then he said, "But what's going to hurt you?" And I was like, "I guess I'll give you $500 if I don't do it." So I said, "Okay, deal." And so the show happened and so forth, and I was able to lose the weight even, even with the show. I was dropping beforehand, so I was on my way, regardless. And he was able to pay the $5 grand, and we need to make him a call, and he has something else he wants to share to all of you guys. So we're going to go ahead and call him right now. Okay, go ahead and talk, and he's Representative Todd here. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Yeah, so Bruce, I wanted to send a little message from Todd right quick. He apologized he couldn't make the phone call, but he wants you to know how impressed he is with the success you've had with your weight loss, and more importantly, the determination you've had with the goal setting and follow through. He made the comment that the success you've had at goal setting and follow through is the same type of success that he took Vivid from a one-person company to over a $2 billion company. Now, Bruce, as impressed as he is with the success you've had after weight loss, he is more impressed and happy with the foundation you've started. And he is so impressed with it, Bruce, that he wants to present it to your foundation, a gift in the amount of $50,000.
Jeremy, thank you so much, and we'll let Todd know from everybody here that we're so grateful, and we do know that Todd's going to try to be here next week so we can all be able to thank him in person. So thank you, Jeremy, and appreciate it.
Absolutely, I'll take that message back to you. Bruce, God bless and good luck.
Thank you. All right.
You guys, I just need to say one thing real quick. Last week at Bruce's finale, Todd was going to offer Bruce $5,000 to keep his weight off. And he was just almost there. He needed another month or two. And of course he's going to do it. Now, something that Bruce didn't share earlier is he's got $21 in his bank account. And he's done with the show. He currently is living at Chris and Heidi's house. And he doesn't really have or know exactly where he's going other than he's passionate, as you guys all saw. And in his finale, he announced that he was going to donate his $5,000 to the Best Foundation that Todd was going to give him. If anybody in here, go ahead. If anybody here needs $5,000, it's this guy. But he went off of faith and passion, and that's how he lives every day of his life. How many of us would be like, I need that money, here, give it, when we sign, I need to deposit this ASAP, bills are coming out. He didn't even think about that. And if it wasn't for that expression of faith and passion, do you think that our foundation would have received a $50,000 donation? No. Not even close. And so we need to thank Bruce one more time for making this a possibility.
You guys should know we're not letting him donate his $5,000 as his roommate. Todd actually pulled him aside, and that's when he whispered in his ear at the finale. He said, "Keep your $5,000. I have another donation for your foundation." And then he let us know after, which is so generous. But
and he's willing to keep on going. I've talked with him, and we're looking to keep this going and maybe get it up to 100,000. But what we got to do for him is we got to start. Everybody's got to start earning their plaques, and we got to start like really getting this. This is how we set up those cruises and those things for you guys that you can earn to earn your plaques. That's why I'm saying this is going to happen. But if we got to show them results and show them passionate people that we can make this happen. I'm telling you right now, I just got one more thing to share. Sorry, Heidi. is that you guys think of CrossFit gyms and how much money they are, and they're like $150 or whatever, right? And some of you guys are thinking, I can't afford it. But how much money do you think you spend a day on just eating out with fast food or buying a soda or buying a candy bar, of saving those $5 a day? That gets you the gym membership that you need in a good community, a good environment, and you're all of a sudden cutting out that bad food, and you're all of a sudden got in gym, and you're on your way to transformation. Just think about that for a second. Everybody in here can do it, and we're going to get freaking tons of donations because we're going to be posting you guys' pictures, and we're going to be passionate. This is just the beginning.
Amen.
All right, guys. Well, with all that being said, please enjoy the premiere. It's been, 365 days of craziness for us to work with these extraordinary individuals to take them through their journey. So as you are watching it, please look for different lessons that you can apply to your life, because that's what these people have so bravely opened up their hearts to us, to let us in and let us document what their journey of transformation has been like. So watch for lessons, and especially in this episode, watch for lessons of perseverance, of what we call falling without failing, and that's when you fall and you get back up. It's all about perseverance. Watch for lessons in fear, and listen to the way they talk and what they're going through, and listen for the fear that you hear in their story and in their voices, and how they overcome it or how they don't, how they handle that. Because I think each and every one of you, and just as we do through this whole process, we go through this with them, and we realize that as they're going through these journeys, we're encountering the same issues. We're encountering fear. We're encountering struggles. And so as they overcome those struggles, it gives us all permission to do the same. So please watch for those and see how you can apply it to your life.